Are you doing upward dog correctly? Let's jump onto your mat and take a look to make sure that you're doing it safe so that you don't hurt your back. So is upward dog right for you? Let's take a quick look to determine if upward dog is a posture that you should be putting into your yoga practice, or maybe you should be sticking with cobra either all the time or working your way towards upward facing dog to make sure that you don't get injured. So number one is we want to look at creating length and strength in upward facing dog. And that's going to require a certain amount of upper body strength. So I like to look at it this way. If you can't do a couple of good military style push-ups from your toes, that's for ladies and for gents, then you're probably not in the place that you should be practicing upward facing dog, because if you don't have the strength to do a couple of good push-ups, you won't have the strength to do upward facing dog, which is a very similar movement. So we can work towards building our strength, lifting and lowering from our knees, but we want to make sure that we're not doing a posture that we just aren't quite ready for. So assuming that you have that strength, let's move on ahead. So as we get into upward facing dog, we want to make sure that it is just our hands and our toes that are on the mat. Our hips should not be on our mats when we're doing upward facing dog, and that's where the strength comes in. So you want to lift and you want to have length. So as we're in upward facing dog, this is the position that we're in. So your toes are down, your hands are down, your hips are off the floor, and you want to find length as you stretch your toes out the back edge of your mat. Engage your legs and your thighs. Lift through your head as you push through the floor. So I'm not sinking into my hands here and my shoulders creeping up by my ears. I'm lifting away from the floor, lengthening my back, making space between each vertebrae, and then gently turn your eyes up towards the roof. You also want to make sure, if you are able to do upward dog, that can you do it one time in a practice or can you do it 10 times in a practice? So as you're starting to learn upward facing dog, let's work to phase it in. Today you do it a couple of times in practice, probably near the beginning of the practice when you're feeling a little bit stronger and fresher. And then over time, you could work your way into incorporating it more. The last point to remember with upward facing dog is it should be pain-free movement. Yoga should be pain-free movement. So even though back bends can be really great for people who are struggling with some lower back pain, we need to make sure that in the movement, as well as after, like the next day, you don't wake up with a sore back, that does that back bend feel good for you? Or are you just forcing yourself into a posture that's maybe not right? So if it feels good for you, if it feels luxurious and your body wants to do it and you have the strength, then go for it. If it doesn't feel so great, no pressure. Back yourself off and do cobra instead. So just a nice, gentle, easy back bend. Both have wonderful benefits. They're just different postures. So find the one that's right for you. Thanks for joining. Namaste.